Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm here with the Speedy and I got another delivery. And the thing I wanted to do today is to do a little test. I've got with me DJI Mic Mini. Just going to do a quick unboxing, give it a test. Hopefully it'll do some, make the audio a bit better on the video. This was a bit of a bargain, I think. Again, I got some of these for another project for somebody else, and well, it wasn't these actually. It was the Mic 2s, I think it was, or maybe it was the Mic 3, but they were like £260. These today, £65 from Amazon. It seems like a bargain, but is it any good? It's got a rubberized package. Pretty cool little zip bag with a little toggle there, or whatever you call it. Inside it looks like we have fluffies. I guess that's a USB cable of some description. And then the case. Now, what I'm going to do is try and get this set up and connected, and then we'll do an audio test. My phone is that's a 14 Pro Max, 15 Pro Max. We can do a comparison between the Mini. There we go. And the regular microphone. Wow, okay, this box is tiny. It's got a little clip on it and it's searching for something already. So the previous one I used, it had a box that was bigger than this with sort of input levels and a screen on it as well. So you could change all the settings and monitor the sound settings and things. This obviously doesn't have that. It's a lot cheaper option. But I'm guessing that's the receiver that we need to plug into the phone. I'm hoping it is, because it's got a 3.5 and it's got a USB-C. And then it looks like I've got two mini mics that are waiting to pair. So let's try and get those paired up and see what happens. Mic waiting. This one's flashing. It's probably connected, I guess, because now this has a green light as well. So I'm assuming this one's good to go. One thing I noticed about, I think again, it was like I said, the Mic 3, it had this really cool magnet here, and it's really strong. So instead of just using the clip, you can literally just pop it like that, and it will just stay there. So you don't need to clip it onto anything. Magnet on. Now I'm really hoping that this works the same way as the other one. Interesting. Let's get the fluffies out. You've got grey ones and black ones, so you can take your pick. For now, I'm going to clip a black one on. Looks like Rod Stewart. There we go. Let's pop this. I'm just going to put it on here. There we go. So the other one came with a cable where you could plug the hub via USB-C into an iPhone or a lightning port on the phone. I'm going to see how this works. There's a small tab on the bottom of this controller here that you take out, and this USB-C, it slots in to the bottom. There's some pins that connect, slots in, click, it's on. Now this needs to plug into the bottom of the phone. However, I do not have a USB-C, I've got a lightning. So this is going to present a bit of a problem unless I can find a USB-C to lightning adapter. I think I've got one somewhere. Well, let me go have a look. I'm going to plug it into the bottom, restart the camera app, see if this thing's connected to it, and we're all good. Right. So that was a little bit frustrating because I used this adapter, the USB-C to Lightning. I plugged the little hub into the bottom of the iPhone, didn't work. So not really sure what's going on. I went and got another iPhone that's USB-C, plugged it in straight away. The RX light on the bottom of the controller was just flashing when I plugged it into my other iPhone. Plug it into this one, it works. So I don't know. We'll have to try and figure that out. However, this is the quality of the microphone. You can see where it is at the moment. And I'm talking away from it. I've taken this one out. It flashed and it just paired straight away. So microphone 1, microphone 2, microphone 1, microphone 2. I'll play it back and see what the audio quality is like. And then probably do a range test as well. And then see what it sounds like outside. Yeah. I'm going to have to try and figure out how to get it working on my other phone though, because that's the phone I use most of the time to record. So that's going to suck if I can't get it connected to it. We'll have to try and get that figured out. Shit, this. I can get it out of the box. I can't get it out of the box. Hold on, I'm wrestling with it. They come with this small adapter here. This is a USB-C adapter. So I guess that's fine for Android phones and new iPhones. Not if you're just on the cutover year, which I am, because I use a 14 Pro Max still at the moment. So this controller here, I then had to go onto Amazon and purchase that little adapter there for about an extra £20. A little bit annoying because the mics were a bargain at £65. And you're paying another third for the adapter. But never mind. There's some background noise on at the moment because I've got a heater on. Might be a bit annoying. I'm going to switch over to this and we're going to see what the audio quality is like, even with the background noise. There we go. So this is like standard settings, standard gain on there, which is set to 0. And I haven't changed anything. So this is just it as it is. Just use the little magnet to test the audio quality. I think there is a noise cancellation setting. There's a button here where you can, I've seen it on a video or an ad where apparently you can press it and it does some noise cancelling. I'll see what that is like in a moment as well. I've got active noise cancelling on now and it's on high. I had to go into the app to change it. So I had to download the DJI Mini app, I think it's called. And then you can go in there and you can adjust it from low to strong. It was already on low by default. Now I've changed it to strong. I did find some information before saying that if you just tap the power button, apparently the light should flash orange and then you get noise cancelling on. That doesn't seem to work. Not sure why. But if you go into the app, you can set it. This is what it sounds like now with noise cancelling on strong. I've still got a fairly noisy electric fan on in the background. And so if you can't hear that, that's good. And we're going to get to see, I guess, what the sound quality is like now with it on strong versus where it was before on low. And I'm also going to do a noise check for the motorbike because I want to see, like, it's really loud in here when you start the motorbike up in the garage. I don't know how this is going to respond. It's probably going to freak out, but we'll give it a go anyway. I'll start the bike up and we'll see what it sounds like. Go. That is the adapter I had to buy. So I'm not sure what that sounds like on the microphone, but it's pretty loud in here. I've no idea what that sounded like. That was with the noise cancelling on heavy, so I don't know if that's going to affect the sound of the exhaust. I'm assuming I'm going to have it on that if there's a lot of wind noise. I'm going to actually try doing a video on the bike when the camera turns up, and then try this sort of maybe behind me, out the way, out of the wind. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll soon find out, I guess. Quality seems all right. Comes in this case, it charged pretty quickly. I want to say it charged within an hour, the case, but I'm not sure how flat the battery was. I think when I looked online, this apparently can recharge and run the mics for up to 40 hours. Seems really good. Case is pretty compact. You've got a USB-C adapter in there. The new Lightning one I'm just going to leave attached to the base there, and it fits into the case with the adapter attached as well, so you don't have to keep taking it off and swapping it over. Fits in with the fluffies in, which is pretty good. And then you've got the second one. So I think all in all, that is a bit of a bargain, even if I did have to buy that adapter, because it sounds similarly as good to me as the ones I paid £260 for. Good news is, don't have echoey, horrible audio now, which is great. So when I'm going to be doing work on the bike and then some other videos, we've now got some decent audio. And I've also got a new camera coming as well soon to do some footage on the bike. So yeah, it should be a good little project. I think microphone, I'm looking at the DJI Osmo, is it the Action 4? Well, I think it's the Action 4 I'm looking at. I think it does 4K 30 FPS, and from what I read, you can get, I think people were saying about 5 hours on it out of a 256 gig card at 4K, ultra wide with image stabilization and 30 FPS. So we'll see. On the trip I'm going on, so I'm only going to take, because space is really at a premium, so I'm literally just going to get the basic kit for the camera with a single battery and then one 256 gig card. And apparently you can offload the footage onto an iPhone through the Mimo or Mimeo app, whatever it's called. So at the end of the day, I could just take the footage off and load it onto my phone. I've got a 1 terabyte phone, got like 800, I don't know, maybe 800 free. So should have plenty of space. So we'll see what that's like. But I guess what you got to try and get used to is like knowing when to film things. Because what I don't want to do, I had a GoPro like years ago and I filmed everything, like the whole ride. And then the problem with that is you just run out of space in no time and you just have endless, meaningless footage. I guess it's just trying to pick your shots and just know when to turn it on and to film interesting bits of road or things that you want to try and remember. I guess much the same way you do with an iPhone or something. If you stop, you just put it on a tripod and then you just film something that you like the look of. I don't know, it's a learning curve, we'll see. Got a microphone, got my phone as a camera and a tripod, gonna get an action cam to do a bit of first person stuff, and fingers crossed I can figure it all out. If you've got any tips, let me know. Yeah, so that's it guys. So I'll see you in the next one.